It seems that once again we're facing new manager syndrome, as Unai Emery, remember him, Far Top Reds, takes charge of his first ever game as Villa manager. And we go to Villa Park on Sunday to face Villa at 2 o'clock. And I would like once again to congratulate and thank from the bottom of my heart to Unai Emery for stopping Ole Gunnar Knobhead, I added the Knobhead part, for winning his first ever trophy as a Man United manager. Me and the rest of the Ollie Outers, we're forever grateful. So once again, brilliant, thank you. And I did say I was happy we lost the game and I wanted to lose every single game as Ole Gunnar Knobhead is our manager. You won't hear that on the Far Top Red channel though. But I digress. Before we go balls deep into the preview, I want to go back to a couple of days ago. As the rematch against Real Sociedad, we went there, we won 1-0, but it wasn't enough and didn't suffice for us to face another Europa League team in the next round. But I am happy, as I said before, to have an extra 2 games. How about that? Sorry, not sorry. So we're going to face a third place team that finished third in their Champions League group. I say bring it on. Okay? And the goal difference was +8 Real Sociedad, +7 for us. Okay? Garnacho got his first ever goal for Manchester United. I thought he took it well. Nothing to be sniffed at. He'll remember that for the rest of his life. But as I said about all the other youth players, he's going to be another of a long line of conveyor belt that's not going to be at Man United very long. I just don't see it happening. Now, if you watch these videos for a long amount of time, you'll know that I hate Bruno Fernandes. I have a personal vendetta against him. Okay? However, for once, I've got to agree with what he said after the game, when he questioned Garnacho's attitude. And we know he's got attitude problems because we had no sight or heard from him as he didn't play in pre-season. So well done for Bruno for calling him out. And he's very fragile, okay, just like Ravel Morrison, who had attitude problems, and as we all know as well, currently Greenwood has the same problems. And as I said before we face Astana, if Greenwood's antics continue, he'll be working at McDonald's asking his faithful question, "Can I take your order please?" But in a couple of weeks' time, he won't be working at McDonald's. We're going to find out whether or not he'll be sewing mailbags for the rest of his life. So that will be interesting to see what the verdict is on that. But Garnacho, he's another one of these. Too much, too young. And if you ask Lou Macari, he knows exactly, on a personal level, about young players getting too much, too young. And all you have to do is ask him. Okay? And it's a tragic story. So everybody who's gassing up Garnacho, oh, he's the next big thing. There's a difference between arrogance and cockiness. And he needs to know the difference. Okay? It's very important that he listens, has great people around him. And I don't see the Far Top Reds as role models, do you? Especially with some of their antics over the years, which I know about, and which others don't. Okay? So I'm going to clear to you. Ten Hag, in the second half, played Maguire as a striker. That was bordering on insane. Ten Hag is barking mad. Don't you ever, ever, ever piss on our traditions and the history and heritage of this club ever again, Ten Hag. You should never do that. I remember when Van Gaal got caned, metaphorically speaking, when he played Chris Smalling as a striker against Spurs. I want the same energy, Far Torres, that you gave Louis van Gaal, that you should be giving Erik ten Hag. Not only have we got the Dutch Allardyce, we've actually got the Dutch Ole Gunnar Knobhead as well. Because I could say that Garnacho's goal was individual brilliance, okay? That saved us so many times when Ole Gunnar Knobhead was our manager. Thankfully he's not anymore, never darken the corridors of Carrington anymore. So yeah, I'm not happy with Ten Hag. I'm not a Ten Hag fan. I think it's all to put on a show when he's in front of the cameras. I said, don't play the fanboys' favourites, and he's playing into the Far Top Reds rhetoric. Play my favourites, play the likes of Porky, play the likes of Maguire, play the likes of De Gea. He's got to stop that, but you're going to fall on your sword. He's not going to be successful at Man United. And that will not be an opinion, it will turn into a fact. Okay? If this carries on his antics. So the team I'm going to pick against Villa. De Gea in goal. And despite De Gea making a double-double save, as I call it, against Real Sociedad, I would still sell him. He should have went last summer. Because unlike others, I'm not a flip-flop. I say what I mean and I mean what I say, and that will never ever change. The truth is spoken on this channel because I tell the truth. I don't feed you a pack of lies. Okay? Up front. It's Ten Hag again, you see. But Dalot, right back. Left back, Malacia. This is my team, by the way. This is the team actually Ten Hag should pick. Martinez, Lindelof, midfield Casemiro, Eriksen, Ronaldo up top. On the wing, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, and Elanga. Okay, so that's the team I'm picking head of the fixture against Villa. And I'm going to go for a 1-0 Man United win. Okay? Now, once Villa sacked Stevie Me, the media darling that could do no fucking run, they beat Brentford, spit roasted them by 4 goals to 0. And then they went to Newcastle. And for me, that was a disgraceful decision. That was never a penalty. Okay? When Ashley Young hit his, his forearm, you could say it was the carbon copy of the penalty that Real Sociedad got at Old Trafford. The same applies. So there we go. Disgraceful officiating. Brown envelopes, I suppose, being printed out. And, I heard Paul Merson. I know you shouldn't listen to what he's got to say. But he said, even Pep Guardiola would have struggled. They shouldn't have got rid of Steven Gerrard. Is Paul Merson thick or something? I mean, you used to play for Aston Villa. Aston Villa are one of the few clubs in the Premier League that have actually won the fucking European Cup. Have some shame, Paul Merson. Set your standards up high. Okay? Villa fans are happy to see the back of Gerrard. And Tim Sherwood, talking nonsense as well that he should have been given more time. I mean, it's crazy. Credit for Chris Sutton though. He's the only one that called out Gerrard, obviously because he's a Celtic man, and also he called out the media darling himself, Harry fucking Kane, for his diving. I don't see any other pundits doing that. So Chris gets my respect on that. Okay? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you after the Thursday night game when we face Villa again in the League Cup.